no one had ever mentioned the word perimenopause. I'd heard the word menopause, but I'd associated it with much older women, late 50s, early 60s. And I'd never heard of this what?
And so those symptoms you felt, moody, tired.
The moods were outrageous.
And was it like rage?
Rage and then real low mood. First physical symptom was this itching I had on my arms, on my boobs, my tummy, my inner thighs and my shins. Only at nighttime. And that's when I went to the doctor. And I was like, this is not the person I want to be. This is not the mum I want to show up as.
I have known Neema for years and we've spoken about many things, but one of the things we haven't spoken about until now is her journey with perimenopause. I wanted to share that conversation on here because I know there will be so many of you who wonder what that experience could look like for you. Neema is so incredibly open and honest about her journey, and she shares some really helpful strategies and tips that she's learned to help her manage her symptoms. But it is really important to note that this episode is about personal experience and it isn't intended to be taken as medical advice. So please consult a qualified medical professional or your GP for guidance specific to you. So pop the kettle on. I'm excited to get going. Let's dive right in. Hello, Neema.
Hello.
This is so nice. We actually used to work together, didn't we?
12 years ago.
12 years ago. And we used to spend every single day working in a gym at god-awful hours in the morning.
Doing towel duty.
Yeah, doing towel duty that no one wanted to do. And now, how long has it been since we've seen each other?
Like about 7, 8 years.
That's mental.
I know.
So basically, kids have got in the way of our friendship.
Ruined
dare
social
they?
life.
How dare they? So let's just quickly go in with your mum's stats. Tell me how many kids, ages, and how would you describe them?
Okay, so I got 2 kids. I got an 8-year-old girl and a 6-year-old boy. And how would I describe them? My 6-year-old boy is wild. Like, he is a ball of energy from the minute he wakes up to the minute he goes to sleep, right? He's got that boy energy, but he's also very loving, emotional and caring. He's the one that will come to me for snuggles and will always want to be held and kissed. And, you know, he loves that aspect. He's very in tune with that. He shows his love in the way he speaks to you and the way he holds you and everything. My daughter is independent. She's an observer. She is wise beyond her years. She's going through her teenager phase now.
We need to talk about that.
Yeah. And she's just, but she's also got this sassy part of her, you know, like she knows what she wants. And when she wants something, she goes all in.
I feel like I've got a nearly 2-year-old version of that already. I'm like, I need to talk to you about that.
They are very different.
They seem to get on really well.
But they get on, remarkably well. Just recently, that is.
Like, oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
Recently. The last couple of years, I would say they've kind of found middle ground with each other.
Because a 2-year age gap is a real thing when they're young, isn't it?
It's mad. It's mad. It went from her really adoring this new baby brother to like, he's just getting in the way, doesn't do anything. And now they've gravitated back to each other, which is really nice to sort of watch.
Good to hear that, because I'm sure a lot of mums are listening to this going, oh my God, I'm in the trenches. It comes back around.
It does. We just had half term and they spent, I'm not joking, most days literally 7-8 hours just playing together. And you can just hear giggling and laughter in their bedroom, and it's really nice. And then
because I'm in the phase now where I can leave them to play together, but I need to be really close by because I'm usually needed as a referee.
I get that. Then I hear a door slam. I hate you. And you're like, okay then.
Well, it's nice while it lasts.
Got 5 hours. That's okay.
Yeah, I mean that's amazing. Yeah. Half term has been half terming for sure.
Exactly.
So when it comes down to your mum's WhatsApp groups, do you have one? Do you have a few for different things?
I've got a couple. I find them a bit overwhelming sometimes.
Oh my God, a lot of mine are on mute.
Yeah.
You have to be.
I do find them a little bit overwhelming at times, so I kind of dip in, dip out.
Are you talking about like the class chats, or are they smaller than that?
No, so we've got the class chat.
Oh, that's mental,
that deserves a whole episode on its own.
It
right?
really does.
And then I've got like other smaller ones, which are cool. They're kind of selective ones, so like they're the ones that you've chosen to be a part of.
Yeah.
So you're more likely to engage in those conversations. So, and then I don't always have group chats, but I've got like my mum friends. I just had on the way here, just with a mum friend talking about what's the best time to book a flight to Portugal or something because she's got 2 kids, you know.
It's just like that advice that only another mum can give you.
Yeah, and the thing that only the mum will really consider when booking a holiday.
So true.
It's like, what time should I book the flight? You know, what time do we have to wake up? So yeah, I think the group chats are good, and you know,
my last message to a group chat was yesterday asking about World Book Day.
Oh gosh,
because that's coming up next week, and I was like, can Alfie go as a footballer? Because that's what he wants to do.
That's it.
We've got the kit.
Do it.
We have a book on that footballer.
Done.
But actually, the middle one wants to be Where's Wally? That's quite easy to do, isn't it? Stripy t-shirt, little hat. So I might convince them both to be that. But yeah, that was my WhatsApp chat. Because there's some mums in that group, they've handmade. Everything's been made for months ahead of time. They've painted masks and things.
I was on Vinted, right?
Yeah.
Kids, this is what's available, right? What do you want to go? Do you have a book that matches that?
Exactly.
Not let's match your book.
It's not about favourite books, is it? It's about what can we
go on
make.
your bookshelf and let's see what we've got.
Yeah. Oh my God, totally. Last year, my eldest school did World Book Day, and amazingly, they all were supposed to come in their pajamas and just bring in a book.
That's it. That's the best way to do it.
He got up. He was like, I'm ready for school. That's the best day ever. So yeah, that was my last chat. So just circling right back to when we met each other. So we were working in a gym in Chelsea as personal trainers, and you had just met your fiance. I don't think you were engaged when we first met.
No, we weren't engaged.
And you met him because he was teaching a dance class, wasn't he?
And I was like peeking through thinking, because I like to dance, I like hip hop and R&B music, and that's the kind of genre that he was doing. And I thought,
who's that guy?
Who's that guy? And that class looks interesting, but I never actually took his class.
So how did you approach him?
I injured my leg oh no, it wasn't
Injured
actually.
your leg.
Yeah, no, it actually wasn't. Sorry, I forget. It was a social at the gym because the gym was like my home back then. I was single. I used to go work gym, and the gym had a social because they had a restaurant inside the gym, and he came to it, but he actually kind of ignored me. I was trying to make conversation, and he just was playing it super, super cool. At which point later he said the reason he did that was because, he was a PT, an instructor, and he didn't want to be seen as somebody who approaches members. But yeah, so we just and then I made the move on him.
Good girl.
Through Twitter, direct message back in those days.
That.
Yeah, and then we just started back and forth for ages. Then I also gave him my number.
Love that.
Another first move, and we just,
And it's been like that ever since. Neema rules the roost, right? That's amazing. And then I remember when you came in, where had you been when you got engaged? Paris?
Where did we? No, we didn't go. No, we didn't get.
Or maybe it was in London.
Yeah, we got engaged in the Shard.
In the Shard, that was it. And you came and
I just like put my hand down on the table.
6 in the morning.
Yeah,
that's what time we started working those days. And I was just minding my own business, waking up. You just slammed your hand down on the table. And I was like,
look at that.
What is going on? It was amazing.
Yeah.
And then you had the most amazing wedding.
Oh, thank you. 10 years ago.
I've never been to a wedding before where the whole wedding party, bridal party, groom party, danced
the whole
into the meal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bruno Mars, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Bruno
Treasure.
Mars came on and all of them
the whole
danced
party.
into the room. It was incredible, and we just danced all night. I remember there was a certain dance that's got a routine to it.
Yeah, Candy.
Yeah. Me and George, no idea. We're in the middle of the dance floor trying to keep up. We had to edge back out because all your friends are such good dancers.
It's like I'd been waiting my whole life to do that
you
dance.
You were sweating by the end of the night. Neema did not leave that dance floor.
No.
It was amazing to see because your wedding day is supposed to be the best day of your life, and it truly was your best day of your life. Like you could tell.
Yeah, 100%
it was amazing. Yeah. And then you went on straight from that because what age were you when you and Jermaine got married?
I was 38. Yes, I turned 38 in June. And we got married in August. I just turned 38.
Because I remember we went to a fertility show. You were like, I need to get on it straight away.
I want to have a baby. I'm getting too old.
So you did all the research, did all the everything.
All the prep work.
Yeah. And then I remember you actually left the gym, didn't you?
Yep.
And as soon as you left, you were like, I got pregnant.
Yeah, I got pregnant. I was a honeymoon baby.
Honeymoon baby. Because you felt like you were too stressed and like you were...
Yeah. Everyone was always saying, right, like, you need to relax, don't worry. And it's like, how can I relax?
Yeah,
I'm
it's
38,
impossible.
But yeah, we were blessed, and honeymoon baby, who then arrived on my birthday.
She didn't, she?
Yeah.
Lana,
on my 39th
baby.
birthday. Yeah.
39th birthday. And so then there's a 2-year age gap, isn't there?
Yep.
So were you like, I definitely want to have two, so we've got to get going?
we'd already had the chat. We knew we both wanted two. We both wanted like a 2-year age gap. And it was, I think, like 2 years, 10 days.
Amazing.
Yeah, I couldn't have planned it any better.
How did you find becoming a mum? Like, was it everything you thought? Because you did a lot of training like I did with mums with little babies. So we had a lot of experience.
Nothing can prepare you.
But we have just 1 hour at a time with each baby, right? So it isn't at all real life.
I knew from a very young age, I always wanted to have kids. And I've always just always wanted to be a mum. But nothing can actually prepare you for it. And I remember bringing her into the house from the hospital and she was still in the car seat and putting her on the sofa. And like we both just looked at her and thought, what now?
It's crazy. And you think, how are we responsible for this?
I'm like, there's no training for this. There's no...
And even if there was, the baby doesn't do the training.
They train you basically 100%. To be the parent, right? So... it was, Jermaine was home for like 2 weeks or 10 days and then he had to go back to work.
He's a PT as well, right?
Self-employed. And I was just crying. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do?
And the crying was from what? Overwhelm,
and just like, I don't know how I'm going to manage this. What are we going to do? What if I don't know what to do? What if she cries all the time?
And did she?
She didn't, she didn't. I know all mums will say, oh, no, they didn't. But she was actually a really chill baby.
That's
like,
nice.
Really chill. I was looking at some videos of her the other day. Like, she was just chill.
Thank you for easing me in.
Yeah, she was like, it's okay, Mum, we got this.
Oh,
like, but it was still hard, right? I was breastfeeding and she would never take a bottle. So it was just me, like 24/7. But I still smile about it right now, I
think we had the same kind of jobs where we're very in charge of our own time.
Yeah.
It's all about the day. We make the day what we want it to be and it works all around us. Then suddenly to have that baby come in and it's like, no, it's not about you anymore. No. You've got this little person to look after. And I don't know about you, but I suddenly, when I had a baby, was like, oh, some of the things I was saying to my clients must have been really annoying. Like, just find half an hour to exercise.
What do you mean you don't have 10 minutes?
Yeah, and some days you just don't have 10 minutes.
Well, you don't even have time to have a shower. And there's me not having a shower for like 3-4 days,
No, it's a real, like, crash down to reality.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I see. Because like you said, nothing can prepare you for that.
And I think you just don't know until you're in that position. And it's like a lot of things. Until you go through it, you can speculate as much as you want and give advice and with all best intentions as well. But until you're in that moment yourself and you go through that experience, and that goes for everything, until you're going through it, it's really difficult to say confidently you know exactly what you're saying.
No, and even then you still can't really
because everyone's kids are different.
Yeah, everyone's kids are different, everyone's setup's different. What do you feel like got you through that first year? Exercise is obviously a big part of your life.
That was probably the biggest thing that got me through it, like just moving.
How did you carve out the time then?
I used to do it when I was looking through my old videos the other day and she was just on the bouncer on the floor next to me and I was just working out and I would stop, start, but I was just moving, and then as she got older and she was having more naps I knew what time they were going to be, then I would do it then. But, sometimes those would be broken up because she'd wake up early. And I just tried not to put pressure on myself to like achieve specific things. My specific thing was let's just move. And if that's 5 minutes or 20 minutes, then brilliant. But let's just see what we can do. And I was always in leggings and shorts and whatnot.
Just ready to go.
Just ready to go. But then I found that she loved it. She loved watching it. And sort of when she started crawling, she would put the bands on herself when she was walking around.
It's normal to her.
Try and emulate it, And then I even got her little dumbbells as she got older. And, it just became a thing. It wasn't, I had to do it completely separately. She was actually happy to like watch it and be a part of it as she got older.
I think that's actually something really important to say because a lot of mums will say, well, I don't know when my baby's going to nap. And it's like, well, why do they have to be asleep?
Yeah.
Because there's a big thing about, don't you feel guilty about your children just sitting there while you're working out? And it's like, I think it's actually amazing because my boys now will roll out the mat and try and do press-ups and burpees and all sorts because they've seen me do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a really normal thing in our house.
And even if you
celebrate movement,
put the TV on or whatever, it's fine.
Give them some snacks, get some Peppa Pig or whatever on the TV, and
it
just need to do what you need to do.
Yeah,
because if you can get that time for yourself, you're going to parent in a way that you're more proud of later because you've done something for you, whether it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes.
100%.
And I certainly feel that. Even now, it's like, if I can do that one thing for me, then I don't really mind how the rest of the day goes.
Exactly. You don't feel like resentful almost, like I haven't even done anything for myself.
That's actually the emotion I found, resentment.
And we don't want to say that, but actually I did feel resentful at times because I was thinking I'm doing something for everybody else, but I still haven't had that 10 minutes to move my body the way I want to do it.
So it's resentment to your partner because they're off.
Yeah.
It's resentment to your children, and it's not their fault, and you know that, but you can still resent them.
Yeah.
You can still resent the situation.
The situation, exactly. Yeah.
So I really feel that. But then it starts to get more and more consistent, right? And then you were able to plan in your workouts.
Exactly.
And then you got pregnant again.
Just when, I was like, hey, everything, I feel like my strongest, fittest self.
Yeah.
Hey, pregnancy number 2. And I can't it wasn't like it was a surprise, right?
No.
Like it was planned.
But it is like, okay, we know what's happening this time.
Yeah.
Nothing's a surprise. And
Yeah,
it's like,
so now I'm like, okay, now I know what to expect a little bit.
but don't you find pregnancy with a toddler should be in the Olympics, I think.
It is insane.
She
was 1.
It's hard.
She was 1 and had horrendous morning sickness. So I still remember just days being on the sofa, Jermaine's at work, and she, bless her, with her lovely, calm personality, was just so amazing. Just played. I remember one day I was so sick, I was giving her old CDs to just play with while I was on the bed, just being really
unwell. Thank God you had
unwell.
it that way round and you didn't have your wild ball of energy.
Oh, gosh.
That would have been hard.
He may have been an only child then.
Yeah, there's a reason he was second and last.
Yeah. His sister set the scene for 2 kids. Otherwise, he would have just been rocking on his own.
I just think, I also say to parents or mums who are pregnant with their second, and because I panic too, thinking I can't even cope and the second one's not even here yet. It's so much easier when they're born.
Yeah.
So much easier because you can detach yourself from them and you get your physical ability back. What I found hard was lifting up my 1-year-old when I felt sore and heavy and all these things, and actually you can't sit on the floor and play with them by the end because you're uncomfortable. And so then when the baby's here,
it's a little bit like, whew.
I know, and it feels mad to say because you're not sleeping and all these things, but it doesn't feel as hard.
Yeah, it's a little bit more of a freedom, I think, like the physical freedom.
And you can actually get help with the baby. When you're pregnant, no one can help you.
Exactly.
It's just there for you and you
definitely.
only.
So
That's
so
crazy.
then he arrived and
And how did you feel recovery-wise second time round? Did you feel like it was easier because you knew it was coming or not?
No, I found it way harder.
Interesting.
Way harder. And he's 6.5 now, and I feel like I'm still recovering. I felt like after my first, things felt easier. Just
you didn't have C-sections, did you?
no, I had vaginal deliveries for both of them.
Right.
But I just felt after the second, I don't know what it was. It just felt like things were much harder to recover.
I know what it was. You weren't resting.
Yeah,
You had a toddler to look after.
Yeah, there was no nap when the baby naps. There was no even sit down when the baby naps, because the other ones.
I remember bringing Barney home from the hospital, and the first thing I did was put some fish fingers in the oven. First thing I did was get dinner ready for my eldest.
Exactly. So you're kind of like one settled, then the other one needs something, and you're just juggling. So I kind of expected the recovery to be longer, harder, but I just didn't. I wasn't ready for that. My mind knew that was what was going to happen, but it also was like, no, why is that happening?
You don't have the time.
Yeah, and I was trying to do everything the same way I did it the first time, but I couldn't.
Also, you're 2 years older.
Yeah.
Like, there's all these different things that come into play, and it's frustrating.
Yeah, because I was now
like,
41.
Well, there you go.
Right, just after my 41st he arrived.
Geriatric in the eyes of the NHS.
That is exactly what they said to me, both times, in fact. But the second time, they were definitely.
I think you're geriatric over 35 now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's mental, isn't it?
Crazy, yeah.
So, did you get back to exercise, or did that take you a lot longer?
That took longer as well. I just lost the desire as well. I was just so tired.
I know.
My little ball of energy did not sleep at all, and it was just.
It's interesting. You lose the desire, and it's not like you've lost the motivation because you're like, I really want to exercise, but I can't bring myself to do it because I've got nothing to give.
I had nothing. I just was empty. My tank was empty, and I couldn't even give myself the pep talk. I was just like,
that's when you know you need a rest.
Yeah, I just needed to rest.
And how did you balance it between you and Jermaine? So you both are self-employed. Did you go back to work?
Partially, but I was breastfeeding exclusively him as well. And he wouldn't take a bottle.
Oh, it's frustrating.
And that ball of energy, the feeding was just all the time. So it was also difficult to do any work, because I'll always be worrying like, oh my gosh, he's not going to eat. What if he needs me? So, it was difficult, but Jermaine is fully hands on and 100% support as much as he could without feeding.
Yeah.
Right, so he would like take one of them out, etc., and let me rest, or take both of them out for a bit when he knows that he doesn't need a feed. And we worked really well as a partnership. But obviously, when he's at work, it's just 8-9 hours a day where it's just you and 2 kids.
And then he comes back and he's tired, and you're like, no,
Yeah.
you can't be tired. I'm tired.
Do
And then
the
it's-
bedtime routine.
Yeah, exactly. And you're like, I
Here
just
they
need
are.
a break. And he's like, I'm tired too.
Yeah, keep my code word, and it's still like my code word. It's like, I just need to go to the shops.
Mentally.
Just need to get some milk,
And he knows, right?
Yeah,
he needs to
he
time
won't
out.
even question it. Like, do we need milk? Doesn't matter.
Let her out this house.
Yeah. Do you need anything? No, okay, I'm going to the shops an hour later. I'll come back.
And what, you're just going for a walk?
I'll go to the shop sometimes and walk around the shops.
But you just need
I
to
just
be on
need
your
to get
own.
out. I
Yeah.
need to get out of the house.
I feel that.
Yeah,
I
and
feel that. And sometimes you're so in it that you don't even realise you need to get out. And actually,
Yeah.
it's Jermaine almost needs to be like, do you need to go to
yeah,
the shop?
yeah. So now now they're a bit older. I'm just saying, Mummy's going for a walk and nobody's coming
And
with
they're
me.
probably going, yeah, please, can you go
Yeah,
for a walk?
go.
You're turning into zombie
You need
mum.
calm time, Mummy. Take
Yeah.
deep breaths.
Oh, well done. But that's the kind of parenting you've showed them, so they
Yeah.
understand that you have to
Yeah.
listen to how you're feeling.
Exactly.
So then talk to me about what happened next. So you
Hmm.
started developing other symptoms.
So 41 now, breastfed my son till he was 2.5. So now I'm coming into 43 and a half. Hormones still all over the place, like, 'cause
Yeah.
you're breastfeeding, you're postnatal. I just still didn't feel right.
In what way?
I don't know. I just felt moody, anxious. Just there was this. It's really hard to describe when people say you don't feel like yourself. I just felt there was something not right, and I'm like, is this postnatal depression? Like delayed?
Interesting.
I don't know. No one had ever mentioned the word perimenopause. I feel almost embarrassed to say this. I'm 47
No.
now, but I didn't even know of that word.
But I think we were talking about this before. When you're growing up,
Yeah.
we were always taught about menopause,
Yeah.
and it felt like something our grandmas were going
Yep,
through. It didn't feel
60-year-olds.
like near
And,
us.
Yeah, I'd heard the word menopause, but I'd associated it with much older women,
Yeah.
late 50s, early 60s. And I'd never heard of this peri what? And yeah, I had found myself in that land. That
Did you Google it, or like how did you find out?
I started seeing stuff on social media, believe it or not. I was like, yeah, that's me.
Tick,
That's
tick,
me.
tick.
Oh, that's me as well. But everything was overlapping, right? Because my son was still waking up at night. So I'm tired. Of course I'm tired.
Yeah.
And then everything feeds off the low energy.
Yes, you're like, am I just a
Yeah.
mum that's
And
tired?
then my periods were still all over the place because I was still breastfeeding. So I felt like I couldn't trust anything that
Yeah.
was, the symptoms were there, but were they symptoms of that, or were they symptoms of still, being postnatal,
Yeah,
2 years
that's
postnatal?
hard.
So it was difficult. But then I just started to realize, okay, no. The more I think about it, the more I'm seeing different symptoms and how I'm feeling, I definitely feel like this is where I'm at now.
So those symptoms you felt moody,
Moody.
tired,
The moods were outrageous.
and was it like rage?
Rage and then real low mood.
Okay.
Yeah. And then waking up anxious. Like,
oh, horrible.
it's like an ache inside of you. Like, I still get it. Like, an ache in your chest when
And you're thinking, I don't have anything to be anxious about.
yeah,
Why am
I don't have
feeling
anything
like
to.
this?
Yeah, exactly. And then just the rage, real like
And you didn't have that in motherhood.
no.
Because I
not-
feel like a
no.
lot of
I mean, you
mums
had the normal
experience a bit
motherhood
of-
rage,
yeah.
right? I'm not gonna lie that I never had it, but it wasn't to this degree.
And the rage was about anything and everything.
Yeah, there was no, and the worst part was there was no control over it. It was like it was an out of body experience. I was having the rage, and then I was standing next to me, watching me having the
really?
rage, saying you need to just stop, but I just couldn't stop.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
so it was like,
And was Jermaine noticing these things too, or was he just
yeah,
busy doing...
because he was on the end of it. I'm sure, like
yeah, he noticed.
yeah, yeah. He noticed, and then I just thought, no, there's something just is not right with me. What is? I just felt like I was breaking, like my whole being was being picked apart.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is not the person I want to be. This is not the mum I want to show up as. This is not the partner I want to show up as. I had real bad social anxiety,
Okay.
and I love going out, being dancing, just being in social environments, and I didn't want to be out anywhere. Going outside with lots of people was really like, no, I don't like this. Noise,
Wow.
like my
lot.
senses,
That's
like
a real
sensory
lot.
overload. I was like, these are all new things. What is this? But the first physical symptom was this itching I had
Really?
on my arms, on my boobs, my tummy, my inner thighs, and my shins. Only at nighttime.
How annoying.
Only at nighttime. As soon as I lay down, that's it. It was a real burning itch, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Only that. Isn't this crazy that we ignore all
I ignored everything
emotional
else.
symptoms?
Yeah.
All psychological things we ignore, and we think I'm just being crazy.
Yeah. And I just
itching.
I went to the doctor.
Go to the doctor.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's the first time I went.
And then what was the result of that first appointment?
Yeah. Well, I was dismissed as.
Was it a female or male doctor?
It was a female doctor,
Okay.
and she just said, "Oh, it's your eczema," and I was like, "I've had eczema my whole life, so I think I know what eczema is and what it isn't." And I said, "It only happens at night," and she just was like, "Yeah, it's eczema. I'm just going to give you a cream for it." And I told her everything else as well, like all the other things that were going on, and then she sent me away. Like,
did you say, I think it could be perimenopause?
not at that appointment.
Okay.
But then I did more research and found out that, oh yeah, that potentially is the symptom. So I went back and I mentioned the word perimenopause. And she said, oh no. I said, why? She said, well, I think I was like 44 at the time. She said, you're far too young. And also because this was the craziest line, because you had your last child at 41, your menopause is going to be delayed. Like that was a fact.
Science?
Yeah, that was a fact. Like, that's like, like
I've never heard of that in my life.
Like there's 7 days in the week. Your menopause is going to be delayed because of that. And she couldn't back it up with anything.
Wow.
And so she again dismissed me. But what she did say is, I can give you some antidepressants because you're feeling low mood, anxious and things like that. So that was the first medication that was offered to me.
Okay. Did you take it?
No. I said no.
Because you're like, this isn't the issue.
No, I said like, no.
But how frustrating.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm literally here in front of you.
I said, I've got 2 young children. I think on another subsequent appointment, she blamed my son because she said, you're tired because your son is waking up in the night. You should maybe think about a sleep consultant. I thought.
So you went back to her again and she still.
Yeah, so she still wasn't accepting that I could be in perimenopause. So this is when it led me to do loads of my own research and go deep into what it is and what are the symptoms, etc. And started hearing about so many other women being dismissed at appointments. And then
why is that, do you think? Is the medication expensive?
No, I think a lot of it is just lack of knowledge, honestly. And they also feels like there's a mindset of when things should happen. And if they don't fit those boxes.
Is 43 generally a younger age to get the symptoms of perimenopause?
So the average age in the UK of menopause, so the day of when it's been 12 months since you had your last period, is about 51, 52. That's the average age.
And that's the definition of menopause?
Yeah, it's 12 months since you had your last period.
Okay.
That day, menopause is one day. So
is it?
Yeah, just that day of 12 months.
I had no idea.
And then you're postmenopause, right? So you're in menopause for a day and then you're postmenopause for the rest of your life, right? So that is 51, 52 in the UK. But the perimenopausal symptoms can start anything up to 10 years before that.
Oh,
but if you're South Asian, like myself, or Black, then it can start even earlier. So you're talking late 30s because ethnicity does play a role, right? So it can most definitely start and 44 was slap bang prime time for it, really, if you go statistically.
Yeah.
It was like 6 years before the actual day. So it's not like I was in my 20s.
No. That's crazy. So you went home, you did lots of your own research.
Loads, yeah.
You decided this is definitely what's happening.
Yeah.
Then what? Did you go back to the same doctor again?
I went back.
Did you?
Well, I complained
it's
first.
It's me again.
Hi. I made a complaint first to the practice managers because I now was clued up.
Yeah.
And I put in a big complaint, had a big meeting, and then had a follow-up subsequent appointment.
With her?
Yeah, with the same GP, at which point finally we talked about HRT and would I like to go on it, etc. And I did take up the option of going on HRT, which I started last September 2025. And yeah, but it's,
it's a battle that.
It was a big
some people
battle.
wouldn't have gone home and done any research.
No.
They would have thought, oh, okay, well,
yeah,
that's what the doctor
but
said.
I just said, like, for my own sanity, I need some help. I really need
But
help.
I'm so pleased that you pushed that hard. And I think the word is getting out there more and more now for women to advocate for themselves.
You have to. You are the only person who lives in your body. I always say that to every woman. You are the only person who has your 24 hours in a day. Nobody else can ever tell you about what you're feeling inside your body. Nobody can say
what's
that.
normal
Or
and
what's
what's
normal.
not.
Because what is normal and average might not apply to you. So that doesn't mean you should be dismissed. And because it felt like it was impacting my children and my ability to parent, that was what was really driving me, because I thought I just cannot continue like this. I cannot continue being this kind of mum. I don't like this person that I am.
And you just like, this isn't me.
No, this is not me. This is not who I want to be. It's not who I want to show up as to my kids, who are only 4 and 6 at the time. Babies still.
Yeah.
They don't understand.
Of course.
What's going on. They just see.
Well, you didn't understand, so of course they don't understand.
Yeah.
And then why do women often fight? They don't want to go on HRT. Is it because they're admitting defeat or something? Like, why is it?
I feel like HRT just needs to be discussed more openly.
I think so.
That it's not a cop-out. It's not taking the easy way out.
Well, no one gives you a medal for not taking medication.
There's no, you're not going to win anything for riding it out. And if you want to, that's your choice. It's all about choices, okay? That's I'm always clear about it. It's always about a personal choice. So if somebody doesn't want to take it, that's your choice. Yeah. But at the same time, if somebody does want to take it, they should never be looked at as, you took the easy way out.
Never.
You didn't want to put the work in. Or,
I feel like women admit to taking HRT.
Yeah.
And it's like it's working for you. That's amazing.
Exactly.
How did you feel once you started taking it?
So I started taking it in September, and immediately the hot flushes that I was having disappeared within 2 weeks. So the doctor did tell me then that stuff that's going to probably improve quite quickly is night sweats, which I'd never had anyways, and I still haven't had one. But I was having the hot flushes, because those will pretty much hopefully get dealt with quite quickly. But the other things, the cognitive stuff, the anxiety, the moods, it may take a while. We may need to adjust your doses. I was having crazy hair loss as well. And so the hot flushes went away, which is brilliant, because those were just so hard for me to manage. Just sitting there, and then someone just shines 200 degrees on you for 3 minutes and then takes it away again. And then
I feel like that's what you hear about a lot. I remember my mum was saying the same thing. Friends, have you just shut all the windows?
Yeah, my kids. I remember one time I was playing with the kids, and it whooshed over me, and I just stopped and I didn't say anything. And they were like, "Mummy, what's happening? Are you okay?"
Burning up.
Yeah, I was touching myself, and I was all clammy, and so those disappeared, which was great. And then you have a 3-month review. That's the process you have when you start it. And at my review, they were like, "What's going on? How are you feeling?" I said, "Yeah, brilliant. Those sort of symptoms have gone." But my sleep had massively improved. But it also coincided with my ball of energy sleeping through the night as well. He's probably like, "Oh, Mummy, you're going through a tough time. Let me go to sleep."
I know. Okay, finally, I'll sleep. I pushed you too far.
So I started taking the progesterone element of the HRT, and that is like a calming hormone that you have in your body anyways. And so I was sleeping way better, which was brilliant, because we all know sleep is the top of the
answer to everything.
Yeah, the answer to everything. But the moods and the anxiety, I just felt they were not really improving that much. I was keeping a diary of everything. Every time I was having a rage, I would write it down. I would see if there was a pattern.
Like Jermaine ate my sandwich, so I need to be furious at him.
Exactly. See if there was patterns if I hadn't eaten that day properly, or if I hadn't exercised, or if I hadn't seen friends for a while. Was it all related? I could see some links, but then they just adjusted the dose at 3 months. So now I'm 6 months into it. And I do feel like it's getting better. I feel like what I feel better is that I'm clearer in my mind, so that I've got some strategies that I can put into place. Mm-hmm. Whereas before, don't even talk to me about strategies, because I couldn't even...
You're just getting through the day.
I was just going crazy. I was just feeling like I was out of control. So I couldn't even think of putting any strategies into place. Whereas now I have, and I can action them a little bit.
And what kind of strategies do you have?
So for me personally, movement is my top thing still. Right. But a lot of it is being outdoors, walking, just being outside in natural daylight.
So maybe it's that too.
Yeah.
Not even just the movement.
It's not just going to the gym and pumping weights and stuff, but just movement. If I've had a day where I've not been moving, I feel low energy, and then that triggers me to just be moody.
Right.
So I need to kind of
I think I've got that too.
Yeah. And exercise is still part of it. And I just plan things a little bit more. So our mornings at home with the kids were a bit chaotic sometimes. So sat down one day, I was getting tired of the different options for breakfast that were being requested. It was driving me, like I was getting angry every morning. I just thought there must be a better way to do this. So I just sat down with them. I said, right, you need to do a menu. The two of you sit down and write a menu for what you want during the week. And then that way I can plan and I know what everyone's having. You know what you're having. And that's that. And that has worked a treat.
That's it.
Because it made the mornings so much more relaxed.
So they knew that on Tuesday it's toast,
Pancake
Wednesday
day
it's
or whatever. Yeah,
I love
that's
that.
it. So they knew what they were getting and they couldn't then change their mind because it's written down now.
I like that. I might try and implement that in my
Yeah,
kids.
and it's on the fridge. They worked together on it. One, the eldest was doing all the writing. This one done some drawings and stuff. And
you're just feeling a bit more calm.
I'm like, okay, that's going to help us all. Because I said to them, I explained it because they're older now. I said, look, Mummy's getting really annoyed in the mornings and I raise my voice and I don't want to do that. And one of the things that does this is because I don't know what you want to eat. So why don't we do something where it doesn't happen and you still get to eat what you want to eat, but I know in advance. So I can prep something the night before. And just little things like, a lot of it was around the kids. I'm not going to lie, because I found that was my biggest trigger point.
Yeah, they're the unpredictability.
Yeah, so it was like making sure your bags are packed. I put up their timetable for the week, so what they need in their bags each day, and I put it up on the whiteboard. So I said, it's your responsibility now to go and check what do you need in your bag for tomorrow, right? Try and do as much prepping beforehand.
Yeah.
So that the actual morning, I can spend a bit of time connecting with them before they go to school. And it's not a mad rush.
It always is the thing, isn't it? Connection, but it's so hard to do because you're trying to do a million things.
And that's the other thing.
At the same time.
Is I realised that I was always trying to do 30 things at once and felt like I could do all of them.
This is my issue as well.
And I still have to work really hard on that. And I never used to be as bad as I am now. Like I used to not try and do too many things at once. But now I'm like, okay, I'm just cooking dinner. I need to go and fold the laundry. Oh, but I need to load the dishwasher.
Neema, you are talking
I
my
need
language.
to unload that.
Me.
There's toys on the floor there. Oh no, that is burning.
But then you stop and you're like, I've done nothing.
Yeah, nothing. It's not a jack of all trades, master of none, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, and Jermaine has told me this before.
This is exactly me. I'm like,
don't multitask.
Making a packed lunch, and I go to the fridge and I see something's gone off, so I go to the bin, and then I think, I need to take the bin out, and then I go to take the bin out, and notice there's shoes on the floor. It's honestly so frustrating.
But I feel this has definitely been heightened more through perimenopause, and I speak to other women, and it's like they're trying to do too many things at once. They can't sit still, sort of thing. And that's amplified through perimenopause. It never used to be like that. And it is something that comes up as a symptom like that. So these are all these things.
I haven't even got to perimenopause. Yeah. What's going to happen when I'm already doing that?
So I'm literally forcing myself to just stay on one task at a time. And it's really hard.
I bet.
But so now I write down, a list or whatever and try and just check it off and not move on to the next item until I've done it.
Amazing. They're all really, really tangible tips and things for people to try in all phases of motherhood. I feel like all of those things we can all start to implement.
It's just with something small, and then I always make sure that I repair any shoutingness that I've done before they go to bed. And I've had a lot of I'm sorry go over to them and now I try to explain a little bit more, like I've had a really bad day, but it's nothing to do with you. It's what Mummy had to do. And they asked me, what happened, Mummy? Aww. Did something happen at work? Or, so there's more conversation about it. But I'm not trying to hide it from them. I'm human. They're
but
seeing
I think repairing is all we can do.
Yeah.
After the
that's what they
happened.
remember. And that's what matters to them. And
it also teaches them.
Yeah. Or
they make mistakes.
Yeah. And now we've recently discovered handpan music, which is so relaxing and so
lovely.
chilled. It's brilliant. And I've said to them, this is what we can all use when any one of us is feeling like things are getting a bit too much. That we can listen to this music to just bring us back, ground us.
You find
again.
them going and putting it on.
My daughter, they play with it on now.
Aww.
Yeah, they just it's on and it just relaxes
What's
them.
It called?
Handpan music. It's like a big instrument, looks like a spaceship almost, with loads of little holes in it. And the person just plays it, and it's so relaxing.
Right, well, I know what I'm playing at dinner time tonight.
Honestly, it's so chilled.
Wow.
It is,
Love
and
this.
so just stuff like that everyone can implement quite quickly. I don't want to load my plate up anymore. Right?
No, that's the last thing you need to do.
I need something that I can do like this to just help myself. Yeah. So, Yeah, it's a journey. It's
It's a journey, but you have advocated for yourself, and that's why you are in the situation that you're in now. And you share so much stuff online
yeah,
to help other women, which is incredible, because how would anyone know if no one starts to share it?
yeah,
And seeing someone that's younger like you talking about it makes
yeah,
other women feel like, oh, it could be me.
yeah,
This is what I should do. And it doesn't feel so scary. So thank
yeah.
you for sharing
No,
all that stuff.
definitely.
On that note, because I feel like we could talk for a very long
Yeah.
time, I would love you to write something on this post-it note
Yeah.
for another mum. It doesn't
Okay.
have to be to do with menopause, but
Yeah.
it could be.
Okay.
Anything you'd like to say to a mum to make
All
them
right.
feel better about their day. And I also love that we've both dressed in orange today.
Matchy,
Matching. This was not planned.
So I have written, it's okay to take a break,
Love that.
because I feel like sometimes mums, we feel like we have to be on alert, on
Oh my
call
God.
24/7.
Even when we're asleep.
Yeah. And our mind is constantly thinking about the next day or whatever. So sometimes it's okay to say, you know what, I need to go to the shops.
I'm going to use that. I'm going to the shops. Because then we feel like when we're taking a break,
Yeah.
even that, say I'm going to the shops, you have to pretend you're busy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
And we're always feeling like we're having to justify having a break. Oh,
Yeah.
because I have done lots today. And it's like,
Yeah.
it's okay.
No, it's okay to just take a
It's
break
okay
and
to
do
go
nothing.
to the shops
Yeah.
and
go
come
to-
back with nothing.
Yep.
Oh, Neema, it's been so fab speaking to you. Thank you
you.
for sharing all that you do. And what is your Instagram for people to come and find you?
So it's my name. It's Neema Sempebwa.
We will tag it under this so that everyone
tag
can
it.
find
And
you.
I talk very openly about perimenopause and all things that can help you, but most importantly, how to advocate for yourself and go through this journey, because it is not all doom and gloom. And
No.
it is a journey that every woman at some point will go on. So I think the more that we know about it, the more that we share with each other in communities that we're in, the more that we can help. I'm writing a diary for my daughter so that when she gets to this stage, she's able to see what my experiences were.
That is so nice.
Yes.
And do you feel like right now you're in a really good place with it?
Yeah, I think I wouldn't say 100% in a good place, but I think I'm 100 way better than I was. And the mind is allowing me to execute some strategies that I've put in. And I just feel like I can ask for support more openly, and talk. And just talking about it is actually support. Just getting the words out.
Because we are benefiting as well as you. So I am very appreciative, because it's my next phase of life, isn't it? So I need to learn all I can. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you
for
for having
chatting to
me. Thank you.